Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. This is Carol Parisi. Our founder, Jack Roser, and myself have John Lawson, a leader on a mission, but today for Father's Day, a dad on a destiny. John, over the break, you said something about your pension. If you get elected, what were you telling me about your pension if you get elected to office, or when you get elected to office?
I already made an announcement on a press release that once I get elected, I will not take a state legislator pension. I will opt out of it. My problem is I will get a pension from the police department. So there's no reason to contribute to the problem of the state.
That's a fact. Yeah.
So I don't need. I'm not.
That's
here's
leading
the thing.
by example. Tom Morrison is not taking a pension either. Joe Walsh in Congress is not taking.
That's a noble thing to do. You saw something.
Well,
solution to the
here's
problem.
the thing. That is one of the problems. So why should I contribute to the problem when I don't need it? Okay. Now I've had some people tell me, "You're crazy. Why wouldn't you want a pension and get the free health?" I don't need it. Why? Here's the thing.
You have a pension.
I am not going down. I'm going down there to try to make a difference, open people's eyes. I'm not going down there to make this a 20-year career to get another pension. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. I'm not going down there to make friends. I'm going down there to do a job.
You're going down there to make a difference.
That's right. To go
not
down
to
and
make
a
friends, but
difference.
to make a difference.
And the thing is I'm bringing law and order down to Springfield because you are right. There are some issues down there. Okay, and I'm bringing law and order down there.
Well, you know what? There is an opportunity for our listeners. If you want to take part in getting Mr. Lawson to Springfield, the House Republican Organization has an opportunity for you, and it's a time-sensitive one. Could you explain to our listeners what that is?
What it is, it's called the Young Guns program, and what it is, it's for the Tier 1 candidates, which I am one of the top Tier 1 candidates.
So you're a very winnable race,
yes,
is what that means.
The 56th district was always a Republican district.
Not very winnable. Good candidate.
Good candidate.
Could win, because we're going to have a hell of a battle on. Madigan's going to fight all of us.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead.
So the 56th district has always been Republican. In 2010. The Democrats spent $750,000, $750,000 to get Michelle Mussman elected, and she only won by just under 600 votes. So that is huge. And now out of that $750,000, okay, she only raised about $13,000 by herself. So what the Young Guns program is, it's a program that's being offered out there that if my campaign and the Tier 1 candidates raise $50,000 by the end of June, by June 30th, the Young Guns program will match you 3-to-1. They will give you $100,000.
Now this is a way that someone could donate and actually double down on their donation.
That's
so
correct.
If they gave you $50, their $50 could actually yield $150
That's correct.
in your campaign to help.
Let's stop just a moment, because this is really a good thing you're mentioning, but let's look at that $750,000 figure. Folks, that came out of the hides of the teachers. How the hell did they get that much money? It's because they get $135 million last year out of the dues of the teachers. In just the K-12 system, we're not talking about the universities. There's another outrage. But $135 million, 80% of that goes for nothing but politics. So where did Mr. Madigan get it all? He got it from the IEA union. And that's what's got to be stopped, is that kind of a raid and a power that is ruining the education of our kids and also ruining the whole state.
How can our listeners get money in your hands? Where would they go to?
The best place would be on my website.
And that again is?
That again is www.electjohnlawson.com. And then there's a tab for donations.
Okay. And you have till the end of June to do this.
We have till June 30th to be able to benefit from the Young Guns program.
So you're not going to take a pension. You're going there to not make friends, but to make a difference. you have an opportunity to get more funds in your campaign coffer. Do you think this is going to be a tough race?
Sure, it's going to be a tough race. You know, I know Michelle. Michelle's a very nice lady. I've worked with her as the assessor. I just think that we need somebody down there that's going to take leadership and not follow the leaders. And I'm not the type of person that will listen to what somebody tells me to do. I will listen to what's happening in my district. And if it doesn't please some of the people that are down in Springfield, I'm doing what's right for the people who I serve. And I stand that way for 27 years as a police officer. I stand that way 8 years as the assessor. So 2 things, you know, legislative-wise, enact legislation or propose legislation to allow the township assessors to do their job, which is assess. Look at the $60 million worth of Medicaid fraud that's going on. Corporate tax, repeal the corporate tax. The 67% income tax. And to look at the big picture, which is the budget problem and the pension problem, and to sit down and actually work something out instead of going through the whole session and nothing happened.
Right. Make things happen.
It's worth noting that the real reason to get rid of your opponent, you say she's a nice woman, could well be, but she votes for Madigan every time. And the big job is to get rid of Madigan from the legislature. And 42 years of abusing us and making the Democrats this dominant. Let's get rid of that guy. Elect you.
Elect Republicans and get to the Republican Renaissance PAC because they have a 6+6 - 1 program. You can hear more about that when we come back after the break.